Welcome back to the channel. Well, today is November 16th, so I'm getting back working on this U. What I was waiting on was a left-handed thread die to hopefully just fix them threads a little bit on there. But what I need to do yet is change the seal that is in there while I got it apart. So what I did do, luckily I did see it. There's a set screw in here, a very long one, which I assume locks this collar in here. Here I can put it in part way. I don't think it'll bother us. That way we don't drop it either. But anyways, there's a seal in behind here that I want to change. I'm gonna do that, then hopefully I can get these threads a little bit nicer looking than they are now. So if I don't, I'm gonna need a shaft. I did spin this around a little bit in there. That seemed to help. And I was tapping on this, and it was coming out, but I wonder if I could take a chisel or a good screwdriver would maybe, I don't know, just something to tap on an angle. You know what I'm saying? Nope, that ain't gonna work. Nope. Okay. We'll come back to that. See if I can spin her a little bit more. Whew. Let me grab a blunt chisel and see if I can chisel it out. Okay. Now I might be able to get a screwdriver behind there and pop this out, maybe. Well, they don't break my screwdriver. Put some. We're gaining. I can see where it's supposed to, where it locks in there now. There we go. Okay, the seal is in there, and this one looks like it's pretty yuck, worn out. So okay, now I gotta see if I can get that fixed. Fix those threads. Guess I'll just put those all down there real quick. Then we'll fix this. I do have a new bushing as well, which is right there. We'll have to push that out too. All right, this is backwards thread, or left-hand thread. So okay, well, let's see if we can get this seal out of here. Oh, what do I do with my new one? Okay, here's the new one. Yep, new bushing and the outer seal thing. So, okay, it should pop right out. But yeah, this one's done. Oop. I do have one of them seal getter outer thingies. I mean, I just should try that. I found it. Oop, maybe don't want to go down that far. try the other side here. Oop, gotta tighten it, not loosen it. Boy, she ain't wanting to come out. I wonder if I can get in through there and pound it out. Let's try that. Yeah, I bet I can. We're gonna try it anyways. Well, I could probably try to pound that bushing out, then come back from the other side. And see if we can punch it out that way. This is coming out fairly easy. I don't know if you can see that coming out, but this is the brass bushing. I guess they suggest you change that while you're doing everything else. Can't really tell if it's wore, but you know, it doesn't take much for things to start leaking. So, all right. All right, let's see if we can get that seal out. I don't think this is what I want to pound on. It's down in there. There we go. Old seal deleted. Okay. Well, I guess we could put new bushing in here. There's an oil hole. That's probably actually grease. You probably want that to line up with this grease deal here. But you know what? I better clean this out before we get too excited. Get the old grease out and do that. So, all right, I'll be right back. Okay. Guess there's a hole on each side. So, where did that slot go? Right there. Okay. So I guess this probably does not turn with the shaft. All right, let's just tap it in there. I don't think there's a... I'll use the old one. Put it in. There we go. New bushing. Alright. We'll put the new seal in. There we go. That seal still through AGCO. You can get that 10A29836. Okay. Okay, well, let's put her back in there. Shaft's still greasy, so that'd be wonderful there. And line up the hole there. Come on. I know you're there somewhere. Oh. There. Good and tight. There we go. That is back in. Good and tight. All right, well, I'll put the set screw back in. Throw the Allen wrenches on the ground. There's that. Yeah. I gotta get the rest of this all cleaned up a little bit better. Definitely gonna change the oil, which I said earlier, but we are definitely gonna do that. So I'll bring you back. Okay, well, I ran to town and got a new stud. Oh, I was going to get a new stud for what is that? Chunk of wood in there. Anyways, I could have plugged up stuff. I decided it was easier and to just make these all use bolts for all of them. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tap all these or clean the threads on all the holes. I got brand new bolts and lock nuts or lock washers, sorry. And yeah, I'll clean all these holes out, chase these threads, I should say. I think they're all going to be pretty good, but it doesn't hurt to do this. So we'll get this done and get working on it. While I was in town, I got a new piece of hose as well. Good to see that gravity's still working. It's deer season, so I'm only going to work a little bit longer here to get back out to the shack. Some would say I need to be hunting all day, but I also have a lot of stuff to do, and it's not like we're starving for food. So, but I got the boys out too, so they can fill the freezers just as easily as I can. So, all right, one down. But I think what I'm gonna do, if I did get a new to me. Thank you for Doug Cotton bringing this back from Minnesota for me, which if you pay attention to the end of the video, I'll tell you what else he brought, or I'll show you, I should say. I won't tell you, I'll show you. So kind of excited about it. Something I've been kind of after. My grandfather had one back in the day. So I'll tell more about that in a minute or more. But I want to get this on. I'm probably not going to get coolant in it today and fire it back up. That'll be another day. But I'm hoping tomorrow I go get my 1050. Waiting for a phone call or text on that. He did have it running. He's got a few things he would have had to tidy up on it. So we can discuss that when we're there. So I didn't goof around. I put heat on every one of these and got them out. So without too much trouble. So, and actually I heated up that pipe there too. It's on top now, but it's the bottom of the unit. But oh. Jake's on his way home from college today, so that'd be good to see him. But he's already got hunting plans already, which is fine. That's what Nicholas is taking a nap. He's been getting out to this tree stand or hunting blind over my in-laws, and I think he's been getting out there at 5 o'clock in the morning. Just trying to not spook the deer, he thinks. So, well, whatever. I've been out. Yesterday was our opening day, and I hunted basically all of the daylight hours. And other than except for a half hour, I had to come up to the house, and Nicholas needed something, and so I might as well get some lunch. So I did that. I did see a few deer, but nothing that I wanted to put in the freezer. So didn't see any big bucks. I saw 2 spikes, I think it was. Yeah, just 2 spikes. So, okay. All right, I'm gonna put this away, then clean this up a little bit. Ain't gonna take much to clean it up though. It's pretty good. A little bit of old gasket there, or silicone or something there, but still kind of warm. So, okay, new gasket. I did put some aviation sealer on both sides. I did leave the bottom elbow off, thinking that maybe it'd make my life easier getting this back on. Maybe. Just maybe. Oh yeah, I think that was the ticket right there. Now, just gotta wiggle it around the, let's see, the crankshaft pulley and everything. Getting closer. Okay. I'm gonna put the gasket kind of on now. Just one last thing to fight. Okay. Okay. Figured it out. All right. Okay. Little trick I just learned. So, tip it up like this. Get it past. Get this over your shaft. Then it'll rotate back down, and life will be easier. There. Okay. Now, Just put the bolts back in. Hopefully everybody's lining up where they're supposed to be. Yep. One way down there. Is there a shorter one? There, got it started. All right, I'll get this all tightened up and bring you back. Okay. Now it's time for the new to me impeller. Now remember, this is backwards thread. If I can get it started on there, that's new spring and all that thing in there. Feels like it started. There, I think it started. Okay. Grab the appropriate wrench here. Maybe? No. All right, I gotta move it back. Okay, let's see if we can get this baby on there. I think it's going. All right, just gotta find the hole here. Just poked myself with my pick. Yay, that's a good time. Okay. I think that'll do right there. A little bit of schmutz in that thing there. Don't want it too tight because then it won't work right? You know what I'm saying? It's got to have a little bit of sloppy in it. Okay. Got that hole lined up. Is it bigger? Spring pin. Boys and their diesel pickups. Oh, going the wrong way. Punch. What did I do with the punch? Right there. Let's not have it lined up. Alright, I think she's going this time. Yep. Yay. So this will lock it one way or another. There, a little more. So before, that pin was sheared right off. All right. Okay, new gasket for the cover plate. Let's put it so I have the part number readable. Okay. Like I said earlier, this is originally had studs in here, but I'm putting bolts in it. New ones too. Okay. Cool. So then we'll have to fight putting that hose on the bottom. Well, I gotta put the elbow in first, but we'll do that probably in the next video, because we'll get this thing running in that video. We don't have time for it today, but a lot of work on this little thing already. So must have a little bit of silicone in that hole yet. Hole of the plate is what I'm getting at. Okay, one more. Then I'll show you what I acquired. And I did order here. While I'm talking, you can look at me too. I did order off the Electronic Bay, as another YouTuber calls it, Ross, a parts carburetor for that little Ford lawnmower. I didn't order the Chinesium one. I ordered parts of a new old, or not new old stock, an original one that I just need that little part out of it, and it was just part of the carburetor, and according to the pictures, that was still in there. So we'll be very gentle and careful getting that out. When that gets here, that's supposed to be here sometime next week. Then we'll get that project out of there, and it's still gonna be too cold to paint. We might be screwed until spring to do painting, but needless to say, that forced, I don't know if I could get some temporary heat. You know, I do have a salamander, you know, but I just don't know about that and painting. The paint fumes is, you know. You know where I'm going with that. I also thought about trying to spend a little bit of money on insulation and get this barn insulated, and I do have the tubes in the floor. I just got to hook my outdoor wood boiler up to the tubes and go that route. I mean, and that's something I could do even without insulated. I could get that hooked up, and then you know, just while I'm painting, you know, keep, you know, and then the paint dry, of course, but then turn it back off until it's insulated, so we're not wasting so much wood. But once you get this concrete warm, it's easy to stay warm. I do need to grease this shaft too. That's what this zerd on top of the pump housing here is. So before we start that too, these are 5/16 bolts, just in case you're wondering. So cool. All right, water pump basically is done. All right. Okay, well, there's the water pump all back together. I just need to hook up the bottom inlet, you know, that goes to the radiator, and I gotta grease this and tighten up that, put the fan belt on, but I want to mount a generator on here first before we do that. But before we do all that, okay, back in the day, the very first Minneapolis Moline that my grandfather ever owned was an RTI. Okay, so an RTI is an R tractor, but the industrial version. But what's cool about this one, it has a side-mounted mower. My grandfather's didn't have that, of course, and I have not seen very many of these. So, this is a 1946 RTI. This side-mounted mower here is fully hydraulic. It runs off this pump, off the front of this crankcase, on the front of the crank, sorry. And so basically it's like live power to this, you know. This is the reservoir, but yeah, you look in there, there's a hydraulic motor right there. This all needs to be cleaned up. What kind is this? I'm not sure. When I first saw the pictures of it, I thought maybe it was an SM Minneapolis Moline loader that was, or not loader, mower that was made for RTIs and RTUs only, basically. I'm sure it would fit on other tractors with some work, but this one, I'm not sure if it maybe is one that's adapted, because a lot of this stuff, to me, that doesn't look factory. A lot of these welds and everything on here, you know, did this start its life out as that or something else? I don't know. I just, you know, looking at these welds in here, like I say, it's mounted nicely. It's the right color. I mean, colors, I guess. I don't know. If you know, let me know. But it does say Hydreco, HYDRECO, hydraulic equipment out of Cleveland, Ohio. One of them Ohio things. So that's what it says there. And there's the model V. Is that an I? VI or VL? No, VISSI. Maybe that's a 1. I don't know. You be the judge. But anyways, so yeah, this is pretty cool. They come out of Southwest Minnesota. Well, I should say that's where I bought it from, but it came out of Minnesota, I do believe. Has a 507 on here, which kind of makes me think that it was, you know, road maintenance for, you know, township or county, maybe even the state of Minnesota. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. The hood is a little bit chewed up. There is not a muffler on here. I bought this tractor stuck, and basically as soon as I got off the trailer, I got it unstuck. I put it in gear. Actually, I put it in reverse first. I had one of my friends, Mr. Ken, we'll call him, told me about one time when he was getting tractors unstuck. He says, try it in reverse gently first, because you're going the opposite way. You're going, say if it's a little bit stuck, you know, in a cylinder, it's going the opposite way, just a little bit, you know, say it's only stuck on 1 or 2 cylinders or something, you know, and just, that gives you enough momentum to rocket free. So, but no, I haven't done anything other than that. I'm trying to concentrate on my other projects. Basically this is where we unloaded it here, we parked it right here, and I had her unstuck. Good compression, sounded like coming out of that muffler, and I had it in gear. I was able to raise up this mower off the ground. So pretty cool. There's another 507 right there. I think it's on here 3 different times. There, here, and on the hood again, or tank right there again. So yeah, these are pretty cool. So this is an industrial version of the R, and of course the only hydraulic is on that front there. I'd have to change that plate there and put a hydraulic pump on there, but we're not going to do that. This is a 4-speed transmission, like most of them. It does have a PTO, which I think is cool. These are 4-speed. Foot clutch. It does not have steering brakes. It has just brake. You know, for, you know, it brakes both of them. You know, this is not meant for, you know, turning around at the end of a headland, you know, to go back the other way. It's, you know, it's not made for that. Does need seat cushions, but all in all, other than that hood where the muffler was, it's in pretty decent shape. It does not have this fender. I don't have it either, but I'm guessing with the hydraulic controls right there, the fender was not an option. Nice heavy, you know, cast centers on this thing. But these are 24-inch tires. The tires are mismatched. That one's brand new. But I like the looks of this one. It's more industrial. But I'm going to say this is a 6-foot sickle bar mower on here. And okay, so what's my plans for this thing? Well, we're going to get it running. I'm going to clean it up, and I'm going to use it for mowing my little bit of roadside. And I'm thinking, you know, like, you know, underneath the fence and everything there, and you know, just places where I can't get so close to the trees because they're so tall, but I can cut under them. You know what I'm saying? But look at these lights, man, and they match. Do they work? I don't know. But yeah, we're gonna get a battery in it. I have new points, condensers, wires, cap, rotor, all that stuff. But I think what we're going to do before I do that is we're going to take the hood off, take that manifold off, and clean all that stuff out. Wow, that pipe. Trying to hold the hood up. This has got somebody put an adapter on there. It looks like that's either got to come off or we got to do something different there. But the pictures I was sent, this had like some kind of straight pipe, but somehow it didn't make it to here. So I bought this out of Southwest Minnesota, like I said, and my friend Doug Cotton, which his collection's been on the channel before, he was picking up something. I don't know if he wants everybody to know what he was picking up, so I'm not going to tell you. But so I knew he was going there, and anyways, he didn't charge me very much to bring it back to Michigan. I had to go get it up to, you know, he's about 2.5, 3 hours away from me. It's well worth it. So yeah, we got this thing unloaded, and I got back home, and here she is. So my 1946 RTI Minneapolis Moline. So I'm kind of tickled pink. Like I said earlier, my grandfather's very first Minneapolis Moline was an RTI. So I've been kind of wanting one. I called my buddy on most of you guys know Mike in Southwest Minnesota. Well, most of you Moline people, sorry. Anyways, I called him on a different matter, and he said, "Hey, you interested in RTI?" I said, "Well, yeah." I figured it was going to be some kind of, you know, big pile of junk with, you know, that big loader on there, you know, like, you don't want a lot of money for it or something. But nope, this was it right here. So he bought this and the ZA. He was telling me the ZA, the battery, they were both inside. The ZA was kind of packed back in the barn a little bit farther, but the ZA's battery was from 1987. So I'm gonna, you know, say that ZA probably hasn't run, you know, since the very late 80s, early 90s, at the you know, soonest ago. And this one here, I don't know. So that's the history on it that I know is not a whole lot, I guess. This bracket here, I'm not sure what that's rubber or cork. I think it's rubber. Something used to sit there, but I don't know. I guess, man, I'm not sure if that was what they would have had on there. This is interesting here. Normally the UTIs have a hitch, or not UTIs, geez, RTIs have a different hitch on there. A lot of times, you know, the military ones had a pintle hitch on the back down here, and, you know, a little drawbar. This one here, I kind of think a lot of this here is custom, but I'm not sure. Kind of looks like they cut out this bracket here too. That's been cut. So that one, but for the most part, that's pretty cool. Would I repaint this one? Yeah, that's possible. But way down the list. So, and the brake, I think the brakes work too, if I remember right. But you know, this is all fairly complete. Needs seat cushions. Needs a shifter boot. We'll have to do something with that. But that one's probably actually shedding water. To be honest with you, that's hard. Wow. This is where you turn the PTO on. Right there. It does have a foot throttle as well. So I don't know. I'm kind of pumped about getting to this one. I think this one will fit inside because they're so short. This thing it's probably not even It's not even 10 foot from stem to stern. So, okay. Well, enough of that. I'm going to go deer hunting. So, hey, appreciate watching. We'll see you in the next one.